Tuesday and load shedding again. You're kidding. Load shedding? My gosh, this Eskom, every single time why can't they get it together? Well, I'll tell you why they can't get it together, dude. Shit is getting stolen. Cables are getting stolen. Towers are getting stolen. Everything is getting stolen. I mean, these guys, what they do is because we know that law enforcement is so vigilant that these guys actually have to pull these towers apart and get Houdini and turn them into little Meccano sets so they can put them in their handbags and walk off and no one sees them. And well, I mean, how can we expect to catch these guys when they're taking railway stations and putting it into handbags? Yeah, sure. I mean, to move the shit that they're moving around would require trucks. Okay. And to actually unload it, you don't simply go to the pawn shop on the corner. You're moving tons and tons and tons and tons of infrastructure from telecommunication and from power. These are going. So now Eskom, what do they say? No, can't you protect the shit? And the cops cannot. And the state cannot. And we sit and we look at Eskom and we shout and say, please provide the stuff. But not only are we not providing the stuff for them to fix it with, the stuff is getting stolen and no one is doing anything about it. What does that say about the mentality and intellect of our country, of us people, for God's sake? That we turn around, we're stealing power. You've got no road signs in town anymore because everyone steals the road signs. Trucks break down on the side of the road and they get pillaged and stolen, disassembled almost. We are developing a culture of crime. Gender-based violence, people doesn't even make the news anymore. I mean, stuff that makes the news would make Freddy Krueger look like he is becoming a pastor. And we just handle it. We just say, no, it's cool. Okay, well, no, Eskom and the government and this. It is the government. Of course it's the government. I mean, it's the police force. Thank God old Becky's taken a bicycle somewhere. But is a new guy, what are we going to do? How are we combat? What are the areas of focus? And what is the strategic plan? And how? More policing, we're still giving bribes. Bribery still dominates the actual functionality of the police force and the traffic cops and stuff. There's still bribes and everyone is guilty. We are just as culpable as the cops are. Well, no, not as just as guilty because it's extortion. But we are still rubber stamping it. And the radio stations, hey guys, guess what? Speak about the stories, not the populist version of the story. Speak about the shit and the shit that this rampant crime is destroying. Before we can actually have a look at sorting out anything else, we need to create a society where it is safe to live and to act within the accordance of or within the gambit of the law. Not that it is actually more lucrative to work outside, backhands, shady deals, I know someone who knows someone. And all of this stuff, which is just decimating our society, not only the financial burden and the financial implications, but society as a whole. We polarize and accepting crime. We accepting dysfunctional behavior as mainstream. Man, this has got to change. We've got to actually have a look at this stuff seriously and say, no, how do we fix this crime? How do we fix these guys stealing and the guys that buy it? Very simple, actually. Don't charge them with theft. Charge them with terrorism. And put them before a fucking firing squad and shoot them. Shoot them dead. You shoot 10, maybe 3 to 10, 12. All of a sudden, the crime disappears. The Middle East, why they got no crimes? They don't even lock their cars, for God's sake, when they go out to the shopping mall. They leave their cars running with the keys inside so the air conditioner can keep their cars cool. And we turn around, we've got to put Fort Knox outside our house and our car because criminals come and then you phone the cops and the cops say, well, we've got an opening in 2027, August, 4 o'clock in the morning. No, man, this is not good enough. But the way our country is run is not good enough. And the way we see it is not good enough. The way that we tolerate this And we just go about our things, and we're caught in like the Romans in the Colosseum in ancient Rome under Nero or Caligula. That, hey, just have the most violent games you can. We don't need the games. We don't need the Colosseum. We just got to watch the news. Well, it doesn't make the news anymore. Social media, we find out a little bit of shit that's going on. Is it distorted? Probably is, but is it that distorted? Is the cuck going on less than we actually see? No, it's not. It's not. We see stuff that is everyday crime today that wouldn't have made a movie in the States 10 years ago, because it would have been like, no, man, this is like, it's got to be pre-grade shit, like that doesn't happen. And we go about our lives. No, no, guys. This crime must end. The state must understand the crime must end. First priority, crime must end. And if people cannot do it at the top that are doing it, get rid of them. And it's not a political decision or a buddy. It's a pragmatic decision. Singapore, look at Singapore. How did they pull the economy up? They just said no more corruption. We will not accept it. We'll get the right people from the right job. If the one is Ku Klux Klan and the other is Malcolm X, we'll pull them together and make them work together and allow them to use their skills to develop the country. They didn't care about the ideologies. They just said, let's get this shit together. And guess what they did? That's what we do. We need to put it together. We need to understand life is not just our job and jobs. Life is about the future of our kids and the future of this country, and how this period of time will be remembered by history. And at the moment, it is going pear-shaped, because all we're doing is trying to make money and trying to get instant gratification and instant thrills. We're not sitting back and thinking, and this is to the young guys. We are not thinking seriously about where do we want the ship to go. That's your responsibility. Don't just become so bloody apathetic and start making the world a better place. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and may the force come back to you.